Good morning, guys. Welcome back. How we doing? Say a prayer for your mom, Chef. Love you. All right, Chef. Damn. Prayers to your mom, Chef. Everything will be good, my friend. Vinny D in the house. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. One second. I gotta get one thing done here. TTL. TTL. All right. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Yeah, what a day. Yesterday, pretty awesome stuff. Nice upside in the morning and some nice downside as well. So opportunities on both sides yesterday for sure. That gap fill move was sick. The end of day gap fill, just the overall, sort of realization of the market gapping up and filling gaps has been a really nice trade on this market. But, a little bit different today, right? A little bit of a change of character today. A little bit of, it's not the same type of morning upside, morning gap up that we are seeing. The ES pretty flat to open. The NASDAQ pretty flat to open. So a little bit careful today, right? A little bit careful today. We're going to just have to watch those levels, see if they maintain. Yesterday, we talked about the best opportunities being if we can pull back and fill the morning gap. And that's pretty much what we did yesterday, right? We had a little bit of upside to start the morning, some pretty squeezy, aggressive upside to start the morning, and then back half of the day, we had that downside move. A little bit of a flip, right? Over Monday and Tuesday of this week, we had morning downside and then afternoon upside. Yesterday, we had morning upside and afternoon downside. So a little bit of a flip, a little bit of a characteristic change, and just something to sort of realize here today, right? Something to realize. I do not know if we're going to reverse or bounce. All that we have to do is watch the technical levels that are on the charts. And there's some very key ones today on the S&P and on the NASDAQ for us to be paying attention to. So we'll go ahead and review that today. We'll go ahead and prepare ourselves for the trading day with those futures, the SPY, the QQQ. And then, still some pretty beastie moves out there on the semiconductors today. Nvidia, AMD, SMCI still holding very nice levels, still maintaining. AMD making new highs here in the pre-market. So semiconductors still a hot spot. NASDAQ still holding some key demand, even after the pullback yesterday. So still a pretty nice move, even after the pullback. No, I did not take Tesla. Here's my account. No, I do not. The only thing I'm holding right now is Shopify. Why is my data not connected? Market data connecting. Huh. Disconnect. Okay, there we go. We got connected. This is what I'm holding right now. So you can see I'm pretty much all cash, guys, which I'm very happy to be. I have a tiny little Shopify swing trade that I'm sort of just holding and forgetting about, seeing if it works out for me. But other than that, full cash into today. And that's good, right? I like being full cash. Today's a little bit questionable, right? It's not the same. You have a little bit of question marks in there, right? Tesla dropping off earnings. We'll see what that does to the market. So pretty close to that 100K mark. We'll see if we hit it today. I need about a $1,200 day, and we'll get there. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. So let's get the day started. Today we do have GDP. We have GDP. We have jobless claims to start the morning in the pre-market. So we'll be able to see that reaction pre-market. Maybe get a little bit more clarity after that move. Right? Get a little bit more clarity on what could occur today if we after we see that economic data. And yeah, what market data are you using? Yeah, I mean I think I have a picture of it. I'll go real quick. Not going to waste too much time on that. Where's my brokerage Q&A? Pinned messages. Here it is. You can screenshot the screen real quick if you want. I'm not going to talk through it. Or you can go back to this in later time to see it. Okay, that's that. All right. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. If you could, press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's do it. So, first is first, economic calendar. So, today, you guys can see right here, GDP, 830. Unemployment claims, 830. Durable goods, not as important, but something to be watching as well. So, really, the big one today is GDP and unemployment claims. Those are the two big ones today. And something to be paying attention to pretty much in about 23 minutes. Okay? That's number one. Number two is, let's go ahead and take a look at that Treasury, because yesterday the Treasury was very important, right? It had some reaction on this market. So let's make sure we pay attention to what is today. January 25th, we have the 5-year, and we have the, we have the 7-year note today. Okay? 7-year note. We also have the 4-week and 8-week bill. So we do have a little bit of a Treasury auction to watch out for today at 1 o'clock. That is right here. Let me move this over. Right there, guys. Right there. 7-year note. Something to be watching out today. 1 p.m. Be aware of that. Okay. Earnings. Nothing really on the earnings calendar today, I don't believe. Tesla obviously was yesterday. Today, nothing that I'm really paying attention to on the earnings side. I'll go ahead and pull up that calendar real quick. Here we go. Pulling it up. So today, we can see in the morning American Airlines, Southwest. After hours today, you can see Intel, Visa. And then tomorrow, Friday, American Express. So really nothing that I'm, too interested in here. Tesla was pretty much the last one. But you do have Intel and Visa tonight, if you guys are paying attention to that. So that's that. All right. Now with all that out of the way, let's jump right into the charts. Let's get into it. So let's start with the NASDAQ. So here's the NASDAQ, guys. Let's go ahead and zoom out on the 30-minute chart. And yesterday, right, what did we talk about? Yesterday, we talked about how the best opportunity would be a pullback to those previous highs, right? And look at what we did. My neck hurts. We did that exact thing, right? We had a gap up overnight. We talked about, hey, a little bit extended. You might get a little bit of opportunity off that previous all-time high right here, which we did, right? That was a beautiful long entry yesterday morning. That was perfect. But I wanted to see that pullback to that Monday high, right? That's 17,570. And you can see late day, that is exactly what we got. We got a pullback to that 17,570. And this is where we're starting to maintain. And in the larger picture here, right, for anyone that's getting getting excited to short the market, right, the bigger picture here is still very bullish, right? A hold above this level is still bullish. You need to understand that, all right? If you really pay attention to the market structure and the larger term picture here, we need to still pay attention to that 17,570. Is the stream look all right, guys? Because I'm getting YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming on my part. Is everyone's look okay? Just let me know in the chat real quick. Hopefully so. If it's blurry, make sure to change it to HD. Make sure to go to 1080p or 720, whatever you are using. But I think it looks okay on my end. Looks nice. Okay, good. All right, so let's continue. So yesterday, right, we got our push, we got our pullback. Where did we pull back into? This is the key level, guys. This is the level today, right here. This is the level, 17,570. Okay, we have previous highs on Friday. We have previous Monday highs here, and we have a demand that stepped up yesterday afternoon. Okay, look at when this market pulled back, where did it hold, right? Where did the market hold after a pullback? Right there. And that was the perfect hold of the Monday high. So if the market today is above this high and holding yesterday's lows, it is going to be very difficult to try to short this market, right? If you try to short, you're probably going to get a lot of reactionary moves as you start to drop into this low. The only short in my mind today, the only area that I would be interested at all in shorting the market today would be a drop and hold under yesterday's lows, which was right here, and a drop and hold under that Monday high. That's it. That's the only short that I would have any interest in, right? Otherwise, you are shorting any short above that level, you are shorting into a strong bullish structure still, right? You are still shorting into a bullish hold at 17,570. This is very important. You need to pay attention to this. This is a Monday high that turned into a previous day low, right? Right here. Right there, right there. So any short that you take above this level is going to be at the mercy or going to be, it doesn't make sense. Let me just put it at that. It doesn't make sense to short above yesterday's lows and Monday's highs. You might catch, a little bit of something. You might catch a little pullback at some point today. But the real short, the real juicy opportunity, the opportunity that the market will actually be on your side is if you drop under yesterday's lows right here and you drop under that Monday high. This is the short that you would be looking for under that level. And that would probably move, if the market starts to get weak, right, that would probably move towards that 17,430. Right, you probably could get some downside here towards these lows from Tuesday and Monday, right here. That's probably where you could get downside to. But that is if you drop that low. So if we do not drop that low today, right, and we maintain that level, this could still be a fantastic long opportunity off this demand low. The level that I would want to see us maintain, and I think I have to move this down a little bit, is the yesterday's opening demand, okay? If I go to the 5-minute chart yesterday, look at this yesterday morning move, right? Yesterday morning. You see this? See that right there? That's yesterday morning, right? We dropped, we held. Strong demand at that pre-market low, right? We had that hold come in late day, right there, right? We also had that turn into a rejection, which caused a little bit more downside. And then this morning, right, we are attempting, at least for now, to hold above that level. If you can hold above yesterday's opening demand right here today, I believe that could present a long opportunity, right? That would be an interesting long spot to watch today, right around this 17,640, right here. That is going to be a level that I'm very closely watching. If we get a strong hold here, then I believe you could get that upside move again. Now, there are some short-term sort of supplies to be paying attention to here that we can spot on the intraday chart from yesterday. Number one, I have this little level right here, right, around that 17,700. 17,700 could be a level to watch. We can see this was a rejection, a support, and a rejection, right? 17.7. I think this is one level to watch today for potential rejection spots. That doesn't mean I'm shorting that level. That means I am cautious being long into that level, right? Because I'm not going to look to short right? If I short here, I am shorting back into demand, which could very much hold, right? Into a strong demand, also with that demand below here as well. So I'm not interested in shorting these upside levels. What I'm interested in is being cautious on longs into these levels, right? Just being aware, hey, if I took a long here, my first profit target's here, my second profit target's here, my third profit target's here, right? I'm not saying, hey, I'm going to try to short this supply back into demand here with the market still in a very strong structural upside move. It's not interesting. So 17.7. Next one that I'm watching above is this little midday head and shoulder level right here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You see all those rejections there? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's at 17,720. That's number 2. 17,720. Watching that. Next is right here. This little triple top high from yesterday at 17,770. That's number 3. So 17,770, 17,720, and 17.7, right, are the levels I'm watching above. Okay? That is the interesting levels to watch above for potential short-term rejections. You can see right now the NASDAQ is very clearly holding above that opening print from yesterday, that opening low from yesterday, this low from yesterday, these rejections, right? And you can see we are holding above it right now. So this 17,640, I believe, is an important level today. 17,640, 17.7, 17,570, 17,720, 17,770. That's how my chart looks today. Okay? That's that. Guys, I don't want to hear it about the TradingView charts, okay? If you're going to continue to talk about TradingView charts, then go watch someone that is talking about TradingView charts, okay? All right. Let's continue. All right. So, on the QQQ, we have previous highs, right? And look at that demand that held yesterday. That was our 425 level. That was a really nice level yesterday. We had that pullback into that previous high, and we held it very nicely. 425 on the QQQ is a beautiful hold level. You can see here on the 30-minute chart, right? This is nothing still, right? In the larger picture on the market, right? This is nothing but a break and retest potential long opportunity, right? This is still a potential break and retest, consolidation for another potential long opportunity, okay? Very, very key there. And I would not be shorting if the QQQ is above 425. If the QQQ is above 425, you are turning the Monday highs into demand, and that is still bullish, okay? So 425, all about that level today. If you drop 425, that could be where you get a little bit of downside, right? If you drop 425 today and you reject yesterday's lows and you drop under Monday's highs, that's where you could get a little bit of downside towards that 423, right? Maybe even down towards that 421. But you would need to drop under Monday's highs and yesterday's lows before you look for that aggressive downside. To the upside, you can see right here, to the upside, I'm watching this 427.50 right here. 427.50, 427.50, 427.50, 427.50. Big level there, okay? So just be a little bit careful. If you are long, be careful of 427.50. I would be cautious of that level. If you get a break and hold over 427.50, I sort of think you're going to move to new highs, right? If you get a hold over this level right here, right, I believe you could get a move to new highs, right? That would be a very key hold. If I zoom in here on the QQQ, maybe not, maybe not exactly new highs, but it definitely, I believe, a upside move could be there. Here's where I would watch next. But you can see right here. Let me zoom back in to the 5-minute chart on the Qs. Okay, you can very clearly see the reactions at this level. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Look at all those reactions yesterday at the same exact level. If you are able to reclaim that level and turn that level back into a support, something along these lines, then I believe that you will see upside. Likely, maybe back into these highs here, around that 429.25, right, where we rejected this triple top yesterday. Okay? But that is only if you actually break and hold above this. Okay? You could still see this, which is very possible today. All right? So you got 427.50. You got 425. And right now, what are you seeing, right? You're really just seeing, a channel trade. You're just sort of basing here in the intraday or in the pre-market. So we got to see if we can get a move over one of these levels today, I think, for a decent move on the Qs. All right? ES. We talked about the ES coming back down to that 4,900, that 4,890. That is pretty much exactly what it did. All right? That is pretty much exactly what it did. So you guys can see right here, we had that gap up. We had that push to the upside. You dropped all afternoon. And where did you drop to? You dropped back into the 4,890. You dropped back into the 4,900. This was a perfect, gap fill and demand hold yesterday. Our 4,890 level held beautifully. And now we're trying to hold above this 4,900 level right now. So I believe, today, if you see that ES holding that 4,900, you're going to try to move higher. If you see the ES break 4,900, you'll probably move back into that 4,890, which would be your next demand level to watch. I would not short the ES. I would not short the market if the S&P 500 is above 4,890. If the ES futures are above 4,890, I would be very careful shorting into yesterday's lows. Okay? Be very careful shorting into the yesterday's lows. That is a very key level that held yesterday. That is this high. That is these lows. That is this high. And you can see yesterday it held again. So if you get a break under that level, then I like that short towards that 48.75. Right? Somewhere in here. I don't mind that. But that is only if you break this level. Okay? If you maintain these levels, you're moving higher. And you're moving higher likely towards this low from yesterday. Right here. See that low? See these rejections? Late day. I would say your next level to watch is 49.10. And then above that, you got the 49.20. Okay? 49.10, 49.20 above. Potential rejection spots to watch. And then 4,900 and 48.90, the demands below. Right now, though, guys, right? This is a pretty sideways pre-market, okay? And this could potentially decrease our opportunities today, right? Today could be a little slow. Today could be a little bit slow. Right, if we see this market sort of just stick in this channel here today, it could just be a day of consolidation. So just be aware of that. A little bit different of a characteristic this morning. SPY. 30-minute chart. I mean, perfect break and retest hold right now going on. We can see right here, we had that 485 high. We had that 484.50 high, right? You can see we pulled back and we held that area beautifully. So we are holding above that 484.50, that 485 demand that we had, right? You can see the market bounced and is maintaining above this level now. If we maintain above this zone right here, right, I believe the market can move higher. Where do I think the market can move higher to, right? It is until these lows, these rejection points that came in yesterday. So right here, we had a little late day rejection around that 487, right? 487. So I think if you hold that 485 area, right, you got that 487 area. So pretty much, right, it's the same thing as the ES, right? It's the channel. You have right now a channel on the market between 487 and 485. I would not short into 485, okay? I would not short into 484.50, and I would just be a little bit careful into 487. Okay, I would just be a little bit careful into 487. If we get over 487 today and hold, that is what pushes you up. That is what pushes you up. That is the same thing as us holding over this 49.10. That is likely what pushes you up as well. Okay? All right. IWM interesting, man. Yesterday, very weak IWM. So a little bit of a rotation out of small caps yesterday, but still seeing this level try to maintain, right? You're still seeing this sort of general 195 area try to maintain on the IWM. So I'm not too interested in IWM here. It's been a little bit of a tough trade, right, over the last few days. Really just sort of, messy, in my opinion. But that 195 level is holding pretty well. So that would be the level I'd watch on the IWM, guys, that 195. See what it does there. All right, we got 4 minutes till data. Let's go and let's press the like button. Let's do that. Let me get a sip of water. If you guys could, we got 2,000 people here. It's pretty awesome to see, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Live streams seem to be growing. So awesome. If you guys could press that like button. Someone's new here. Looks like Ivan and Barber are two new people. Ivan and Barber. I'm gonna give you a break here, because it seems like maybe you're new. I do not pay attention to spam in the chat. If you spam a ticker in the chat, I will purposely not look for it. However, since you guys did say the two most popular stocks on the market, of course we're going to be looking at Nvidia and Tesla. So just stay patient, okay? Just stay patient, all right? Relax, all right? Take a chill pill. We're going to be looking at Nvidia. We're going to be looking at Tesla. You're spamming the chat. Does nothing but annoy me and annoy people in the chat, okay? That's all it does. Take a chill pill. Enjoy your ad. All right. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And let's go ahead and look at... I sort of want to wait till 8:30 to look at anything, so let's just take a second here. Let's wait for the data to come out at 8:30. And actually, you know what? Let's look at the SPX. I want to look at the... See, this chart was so... I need to start looking at the SPX a little bit more, because this chart gave me so much confidence yesterday and really made me a lot of money, to be honest. Yesterday, right? What did we have? It's the same concept. We had the gap, and we had the reversal, and we had the hold over the last few days, right? What did we have yesterday, right? We had a gap. We had a gap up. We had a gap and go. We never filled this gap yesterday, right? And this is why, if you go watch my yesterday's video, this is why I was so interested in the late day downside. And you can see yesterday, we perfectly held that gap fill level, right? We had that previous high that we gapped up from, and we perfectly held that gap, right? That is very clean, right? That is very clean. And so today, right, this is very key. If we hold this gap fill level, I think you're going to continue higher, right? Because this is just a break and retest after a gap fill. This is the same thing that you did here. This is the same thing. This and this are the same thing. You have a low, you have a low, you have a gap up and a gap fill, you have a gap up and a gap fill, right? These could be just two identical structure moves on the market, right? And that's if you can hold this 48.70, 48.66 on the SPX. This is very clean, guys. And this is why I was so interested in that downside yesterday, to fill that gap that was left in the pre-market. Okay? Very key. All right. We got the data coming out. Let's see what it is. Let's see what the market does off of it. SPY. See if I can get the data here on TOS. Usually the SPY has it the quickest. So we'll see if that pops up here. Jobless claims, 214 versus 200. GDP, wow, big increase in GDP. Lower versus prior, but definitely higher versus estimation. So not an increase in GDP, but a beat of estimations. 3.3 versus 2.0. That was the estimated 2.0. The prior was 4.9. Retail inventories, auto. Okay, so retail inventories are up. That means dealerships are actually getting cars. Trade balance, pretty much flat. Market seems to be moving slightly higher off of it. Okay, so a little bit of upside. All right, all right, all right. So a little bit of upside. That's good. I mean, that's in line, right? It's in line with what the levels are showing, right? ES holding that 4,900. NASDAQ holding that 17,640. SPY holding that 485 area. QQQ maintaining 425. So you're definitely maintaining here. I think probably the cleanest level of the day is this 427.50 on the Qs. I think this 427.50 on the Qs might be one of the cleanest levels I see out there today. Also, this 487 on SPY. That's also a very clean level. So, looks like you're going to push into this level here, right? And so, if you hold above this today, guys, this is potentially long opportunity, right? This is definitely potentially long opportunity. If you pull back to this demand today, this is also, I think, long opportunity, right? Back into that low. Back into that low. Okay? All right. So, let's continue. Let's jump into Tesla. Tesla, no love off that, man. Holy shit. No love. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about my Tesla shares. I'm not going to lie. I got a little bit of concern. So I talked about this yesterday with you guys. So what levels am I watching to the downside on Tesla? What levels am I watching on the downside on Tesla? I'll share it with you guys right now. Here are some levels that I am watching to the downside and some levels I am looking for on rejections. So the first big level in my eyes, the really major one, like something we're not close to yet, but if we get close to it, it's a huge ass level. That is 180 right here on this weekly chart. This is the weekly chart on Tesla, right? And you can see right here, 180. See this little double bottom right here on the weekly chart that created this upside squeeze? That is 180. And so if you break 180, right, yeah, that's a little bit concerning, right? That's a pretty big break for Tesla. 180 is a huge level to watch below, guys. So if you're trading Tesla intraday and it's starting to get close to 180, right, start to get a little bit cautious on the short side. That could definitely be a hold level. That's a major, major, major weekly chart double bottom low, okay? So watch that 180 on Tesla. That's number one. Make sure you have 180 on your charts. Under 180, I believe you have this 165 level. 165, 165, 165, 165. So my major two demands below, and these are like major levels. These aren't just short-term levels. 180 and 165. Those are my two major lows that I would be watching, okay? 180 and that 165. Now, we got to look a little bit more short-term, right? If we're looking to trade this thing, we want to be looking a little bit more short-term. Here's what I'm watching on the short-term. So on the short-term, I am watching this low right here. This is a low back from October 31st. Okay, October 31st of 2023, you had a low right in this area of around $194 per share, right? You have broken that level. If you turn that level into a rejection, right? If you turn that level into a rejection today, that is a very interesting short opportunity, in my opinion. If you come back up and reject this major October low, right? Right in here. I'm going to zoom into this. This is October lows. If you come back up today and you turn that 194 level into a rejection, right? That is definitely a spot that I would look for downside. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back in on the 15-minute. And this is how I'm going to look at Tesla today. I'm going to look to see if Tesla pops, does it do this, right? If Tesla pops, what does it do at 194? Okay? If I start to see rejection step up here, I'm going to know that it's rejecting a major October low. And that could be a potential short side opportunity. If Tesla gets over 194, I think you will move into that 200 right in here, and that would be my next watch to see if it gets weak. Okay? So 194, 200 are my two levels to watch to the upside on Tesla. If Tesla gets back over 200, then I'm gonna be in the boat of it trying to retrace back to these lows here, right? If Tesla gets back over 200, I would assume it tries to retrace back to that 208. And 208, right, in the longer term, right, let's think like a few weeks ahead here. Longer term, if Tesla retraces to 208, this could be the best short opportunity on the longer term, right here. If Tesla sort of retraces over the next few days, next few weeks, back to 208 and starts to base up here, starts to reject up here at these previous major lows, this could be your golden short opportunity right in here. If we get back to that level, right? If we get back to that level. That's a big if, but we'll see if it does. So for now, I am watching 194, I'm watching 200, and I'm watching 208. If Tesla just squeezes, I'm not interested in upside, okay? Let me explain to you why I'm not interested in upside. Because every upside move over the last month, almost 2 months, has been sold into, right? Tesla has been the weakest stock on the market, hands down, no questions asked. I am not interested in becoming the first person to catch the upside move on Tesla. I would much rather look to follow what it has been doing, and that is the pops and rejections. So if I see pops on the upside, I will be careful before I short it, right? I'm going to have to, this is where experience comes in. I'll have to watch and understand what the action looks like. If it looks strong, I'm not going to just start throwing shorts in. But if I think it's starting to reject, if I'm starting to see some weakness, I'm going to look for that pop and rejection today, right? No doubt about it. But I need a pop from the current levels. I'm not going to short it at the lows. I'm not going to go and chase the downside. If I see upside moves that start to weaken, that's where I'm going to try to get aggressive. All right? So 194, 200, the dream entry would be 208. But I don't think you're going to get back to 208 today. That would be a pretty major move. That would be a 10% move to the upside on Tesla. I don't think you're seeing that. But we'll see. All right? That's my game plan. Nvidia, monster. Absolute monster. Name my kid Nvidia. Insane. So 612, right? That's the pullback level you want. No questions asked, no ifs, ands, or buts. That's it. That's it, right? That's what you want. It's either that or 616. It's either the gap fill long or the 612 long. That's it. If you don't get it, I'm not trading it, right? Because what has been the most perfect opportunities on Nvidia over the last few weeks? The pullback longs from, gap ups, back into the gap fills, back into demand. That's where you enter Nvidia. You do not enter these trades after it squeezes to the upside and you start chasing the hell out of it. Every opportunity, including yesterday, was a pullback into a previous demand, right? Even yesterday, the long was a pullback into the 602 demand, right? Every day, it was a pullback into a long level. And so today, it's a pullback into a long level, a pullback into a long level, right? This is where you want to be entering Nvidia. You are not entering at the highs because you're FOMOing and chasing. Okay, so today, I'm looking for Nvidia to pull back, fill this gap, back into this demand from yesterday, look for a long off 616. If it gets below 616, looking for a long off the double bottom lows from yesterday at 612. Okay, that's it. That's my game plan. If I don't get it, my shares will be more than happy to soak in the gains. You really can't ask for a more sexual chart than AMD today, okay? You really can't. This is probably one of the cleanest and most sexual charts you will ever see. And you guys know I love that word. Look at this chart. Just look at it. Would you just look at it? Shout out Ed. Shout out Ed Bassmaster. That is a clean chart. Look at this previous high that has held all day yesterday. You can't get much cleaner than this on AMD. You really can't get much more bullish than this on AMD. That is the cleanest chart that I see out there today, a previous high that held all day intraday, and you are seeing a break and retest, demand, and continuation. That is sick, right? That is a sick chart. If you caught this, if you realized this yesterday, and you're long AMD off this, well done, right? Well done. Firm handshake. That's nice, right? Come over here and look at this. So 176.50. If it can pull back, man, this would be a dream from above. This would be a gift from above, right? If we could get that pullback to 176.50 today, that's a gift from above. I don't know if we're going to get it, right? But that would be perfect. If we could get that pullback today, beautiful potential long at that 176.50. Now, we might need to get aggressive on her, right? And if we do, right, we got to look for a pullback to yesterday's highs, right? If we have to get aggressive today to catch this thing, we need to get a pullback to this yesterday high right here, right? We need a pullback here, and we need to look to long off yesterday's highs, which is 180.5. 180.5, okay? High, 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 pullback, long opportunity, okay? If you don't get any of that, if you don't get this pullback to 180.5, if you don't get this pullback to 176.50, you are doing the good old chase job, okay? And best of luck. It might work, but I would not be comfortable unless I get that pullback. Bart'll do. Bart'll do. All right, let's continue. Microsoft, pretty nice as well. Take a look at this structure on Microsoft. Previous highs, look at that hold, 401. Beautiful. Previous highs into new lows, right? 401. Yesterday's highs, 405.63. What are you looking for? There's only two things to look for today on Microsoft, my friends. There's only two things. Number one is a pullback into demand for longs off this level, or it is a break and hold over yesterday's highs. These are the only two things to look for on Microsoft today. It's either a long over yesterday's highs or a long back at yesterday's demand. And that's it. All right? Let's continue. Meta. Interested in this 388 on Meta right here. 388. Previous highs, previous lows. Yesterday, very strong demand off that. And you're back into that level today. If Meta maintains this 388, I like that for another upside move. If Meta drops under 388, that could be where it gets weak. Okay? 388 on Meta, major level there today. Let's go to Amazon, because Amazon's a little bit interesting here. Amazon is back under that 157 supply. So Amazon being one of the weaker names out there and back under 157. So today, do you see 157 reject? That is something I would look for if the market's weak. Only if the market's weak would I look for Amazon to reject 157. All right? You're back under this high. You're back under yesterday's lows. If this rejects 157, it could get weak back into that 154. Okay? So watch that 157. If you reclaim it, it goes higher. Google. Look at all these charts, guys. Look at how in common they are. They're all so similar, right? That Monday high, look at the demand that is stepped up above that Monday high on Google. 150, 150, 150. Breaking out over that on that hold of that Monday high at 150. Beautiful pullbacks right into demand yesterday. Beautiful opportunities. Now, today, you are breaking over the previous high day. 150, 151.5, 151.6. You're over that high. So what are the two trades today? Same thing, right? Break and hold over yesterday's highs for a long here, or a pullback into 150 for a long down at here, right? Those are your two opportunities today. You only trade Google in two spots, right? This is very important in trading, guys. This is something you need to really stand by. You only trade at the levels, right? Microsoft, there's only two trades today. Google, there's only two trades today, right? We're not longing here. We're not randomly bored because it's 11 o'clock and I haven't found a trade and Google sort of looks like it's holding in here, right? Oh, I'm just going to take a long here, just for the hell of it. No, all right? That's not how we trade. We're either longing on a hold over yesterday's highs or we're longing at the 150 demand. Those are the only two places that you're looking for opportunities today. And this is something I would very, very much recommend putting into your trading. Be particular with the entries you take. Make sure your entries are at your levels. Do not just randomly take entries. All right. Let's go to Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Microsoft, Meta. Let's go Apple. Let's go Snow, and let's go Coin. Apple, Snow, Coin. Apple. I just want to quickly show you the channel on Apple. That's all I got for you here. I don't have much for you on Apple. Apple has found itself a channel. Trade the channel or wait for it to break out. 196, 193. That's all I got for you on Apple. 196, 193. You got yourself a channel. You either trade the channel or you wait for it to break out. Snow. Okay, you're back over 206. Okay, this is important. So yesterday, we held that 206 level. We have dropped below it, but look at what we're getting here today. We're getting back over 206. Interesting. So, it's the same trade that I took yesterday. If we hold over 206, I think you could catch another long opportunity. This is a very major level. It looks like we're holding above that 206. What is this level here? Okay, okay, that's very nice as well. Look at the hold that's coming in this morning on Snow, right? See this hold? If you delete that line at 206, look at this, right? Look at this, 202. That's a very solid hold, right? Previous highs, previous lows, and this low right here, right? Beautiful, beautiful, 202. Very nice. So, but I would just want to see, I would probably want to see us hold over that 206, right? Right in here. If we can hold over that 206, hold above sort of this yesterday low and this high, it's an interesting long, right? Because look at what it's coming off of. It's coming off of a very nice 202 hold right there. Very nice. Okay. SMCI, as long as SMCI is over 460, it's a long, right? Look at this. This is beautiful as well. Previous highs. Look at the demand yesterday. Look at the hold above. As long as SMCI is over 460, this is basing higher for another move, right? As long as it's over 460. If you break under 460, drama starts to come in. But if you see a nice hold at this 460, that is a Monday high, that is a yesterday low, that is now holding as a strong demand. Okay? Watch that 460. Boeing, I really don't have anything. Boeing is way too affected by headline risk. I would be very careful trading Boeing, my friends. You have everyday headline risk that could smack you in the face. I would not trade Boeing. I'm done trading Boeing, right? It's not following through on any move, and the headlines are just coming out left and right, and it's going to smack you at some point. I would not trade Boeing. That's my personal recommendation. All right. Let's go to the NASDAQ. Big squeeze off that level. Perfect hold of that level, guys. Look at the larger picture here, right? Look at the larger picture here. The larger picture here is still very bullish, right? If we clean this chart up and we just look at one thing here, it's this, okay? What does this look like to you? This is just a one, that's all. That's all you need to look at to understand where the market is still trading. The market is still in a upside structure, without a doubt. No questions asked. So I would be very careful getting aggressive to the downside. This is a perfect hold over that NASDAQ high, right? That is perfection right there. QQQ, it's the same thing, right? Same exact thing. Perfection hold over the previous high right here, right? Look at that. So that is still bullish market structure, and that makes me believe that you could still move higher here, all right? Let me change my charts back. Very nice. All right, guys. That's all I got for you. If you could, press that like button. Oh, I'll go to coin real quick. I said I was going to look at coin, so let me look at coin for you. Coin, it all matters about 118.40. That's all that matters. 118.40. You got to break this low to have any kind of trade. That's the only downside, to break that low. Okay? All right, guys. If you're here now, just know I will not be on the stream tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow I am taking the day off. It's been a crazy week. It's been an awesome week. I'm going to go hang out with friends, hang out with family. I'm traveling. So I am going to take the day off tomorrow. If you guys are in the Discord, I will be there, right? I'll be there hanging out with you guys and keeping you updated. But unfortunately, I will not be here. I will not have a ability to be streaming. I'll be on an airplane. So thank you, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. I appreciate all your support, sincerely. It really motivates me when I see, the stream growing and you guys, Twitter was blowing me up yesterday with kind words. So thank you guys for all that. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and I will see you guys on Monday. Peace.